Hey everyone, I took a trip down to Dallas to visit my mom, and somehow we ended up at the Dallas World Aquarium. Oh, you know me and animals. Spoiler alert, I almost tried to adopt a penguin. Let's check it out. Hey everyone, what's up? I'm Eric. Back in 2021, I made the move to Austin to hit reset and start fresh. This channel is all about my life here, the ups and all the weird and wonderful stuff in between. I'm calling it Eric Austin in Austin. If you're down to follow the journey, hit that like button, drop a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, check out my socials down below to keep up with all the extra stuff. Let's do this! I'm coming to you from Dallas, Texas, specifically from 1801 North Griffith Street. That's right, the Dallas World Aquarium. I came down here to visit my mom, as previously stated. Shout out to mom for putting up with my chaos. And we figured, hey, why not check out a place where you can see sharks, sloths, birds that definitely judged me harder than TSA did at the airport? Honestly, the moment you step inside, it's like stepping straight into another world. One minute, you're dodging Dallas traffic, and the next, you're in a full-on rainforest, humidity and all. Except here, the animals are the ones judging you instead of honking at you. They have everything. Waterfalls, giant river otters that look like they could beat me at arm wrestling, and birds who clearly think they run the place. And honestly, they kind of do. At one point, I swear a toucan sized me up like it was ready to roast my outfit. I've never felt so personally attacked by a bird in my life. And I've been to a lot of family barbecues and I've seen Mean Girls. So that's really saying
How
something.
many of you have ever felt personally victimized by Regina George? Good.
Also, if you've never seen a manatee up close, pure souls. They're just vibing in the water, reminding us all that it's okay to move slow and live your best life. Honestly, manatee energy is the big energy I'm trying to channel. And let's talk about sharks because, yes, there are sharks. And they are somehow both terrifying and adorable at the same time. I'm like, oh, look at the cute little, oh no, teeth. Meanwhile, I'm out here trying not to trip over a 5-year-old or accidentally end up in an exhibit because I wasn't paying any attention. At one point, I turned around and I realized I was standing almost 1 foot away from the crocodile enclosure. And it was just me in the world's biggest, scariest animal making awkward eye contact. Pretty sure we kind of shared a moment. I might kind of legally be a crocodile now. I don't know. And don't even get me started on the penguins. I almost adopted one and brought it home with me, but my cat said no, so I didn't. So we're about to dive head first into some crazy creatures, some questionable jokes, and a whole lot of me nerding out over animals. Right about now is when I was asking, just like Karen Walker and Will and Grace, where are the fish?
What is this place? It's pretty. Where are the fish?
Lord Howe Island sits about 600 kilometers or 370 miles off Australia's east coast out in the Tasman Sea. Basically, paradise with a postcode. Wish I was there now. But the real magic is under the waves. This island's waters mix tropical, temperate, and subtropical currents, creating a one of a kind marine ecosystem. Over 500 species of fish call it home. From bright butterfly fish to curious Galapagos sharks who probably just want to know if you brought snacks. There are more than 90 coral species, including plate, brain, and staghorn. Think underwater art gallery meets alien garden. And don't miss the sea anemones, colorful, wavy creatures that look like they belong in an underwater rave. It's a dream for divers, snorkelers, and anyone who ever wanted to star in their own nature documentary with slightly more flailing. Indonesia is tucked right between the Pacific and Indian Oceans, basically the front row seat to the most epic underwater show on Earth. With over 17,000 islands, it's sitting smack in the middle of the Coral Triangle, a hotspot for marine biodiversity so rich even the fish probably have VIP passes. We're talking over 3,000 species of fish, from flashing schools of antheas to giant manta rays that glide by like they own the place. There are even frogfish, which somehow look like Grumpy Potato and SpongeBob had a baby. And the coral, unreal. Indonesia is home to over 500 species, including massive table corals, colorful soft corals, weird looking ones that are also beautiful and make you wonder if nature got a little too creative. Sea anemones here are like swaying underwater fireworks, beautiful, untouchable, and absolutely not interested in your finger. Don't be that person. If you're diving, snorkeling, or just pretending you're a mermaid for the day, look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Indonesia's oceans are the real deal. British Columbia hugs the west coast of Canada, where the Pacific Ocean meets towering forests and rugged mountains, and below the surface, it's wild. Forget tropical reefs. BC's waters are cold, dark, and absolutely packed with life. Meet the giant Pacific octopus, the eight-armed Houdini of the ocean. These things are smart, squishy, and strong enough to unscrew jars. If one challenges you to chess, just back away slowly. You'll also find wolf eels that look like grumpy underwater dragons, and rockfish that apparently live so long, some of them may remember dial-up internet. Corals here aren't your usual types. They're soft corals and glass sponges thriving in icy depths like tropical pros. And the sea anemones, glowing, ghostly, and somehow both beautiful and slightly judging you. Cold water, sure, but BC's oceans are fire. New Guinea sits just north of Australia, smack in the middle of the Coral Triangle, basically the VIP lounge of the ocean. It's home to thousands of fish species, from electric blue damselfish to reef sharks that cruise by like they're late for a meeting. The corals here are mind-blowing. Rainbow reefs, brain corals, and even ones that look like they belong on a sci-fi set. And the sea anemones, like living lava lamps with attitude. It's chaotic, colorful, and completely unbothered by your existence, like nature's version of a packed nightclub minus the cover charge. Fiji sits in the heart of the South Pacific, a tropical paradise above water and an absolute flex beneath it. Its reefs are home to lionfish, parrotfish, and triggerfish, who act like they own the place. Honestly, they might. Fiji's got over 300 types of soft and hard corals, bursting with color like someone cranked the saturation to max. And the sea anemones? They're like wiggly neon welcome mats for clownfish roommates with boundary issues. It's dazzling, dramatic, and just the right amount of, did that fish just side-eye me? The Solomon Islands sit just east of Papua New Guinea, scattered like jewels across the South Pacific. Above the water, it's paradise, but below, it's like entering a hidden world full of surprises, and some of them glow. These waters are home to bioluminescent fish like lanternfish and flashlight fish, which literally light up the ocean. They use special light-producing organs to attract prey, signal each other, or just look impressive, because apparently that's a thing even in the deep sea. Some of them blink in patterns, kind of like underwater Morse code, only it's way cooler and nobody's asking you to translate it. Then there are the jellyfish, drifting silently like translucent parachutes. Some are crystal clear, some shimmer with ghostly light, and a few, like comb jellies, actually refract light in rainbow waves as they move. It's mesmerizing. Until you remember they're also mildly terrifying. You might even spot a box jellyfish, which is beautiful, mysterious, and absolutely not interested in being your friend. So if you're into glowing fish, weird science, and creatures that look like they escaped a sci-fi movie, the Solomon Islands are calling. Just, bring a wetsuit and maybe some space between you and the jellyfish. Palau is a tiny island nation floating out in the western Pacific Ocean, about 500 miles east of the Philippines. And trust me, it punches way above its weight in the underwater department. This place isn't just beautiful, it's like the ocean made a mixtape of its greatest hits and dropped it right here. Palau's waters are part of the Coral Triangle, which means marine biodiversity is off the charts. You'll find over 1,300 species of fish swimming around like they've got somewhere very important to be. There are mandarin fish that look like someone painted them with neon highlighters, bumphead parrotfish the size of small furniture, and reef sharks just cruising by like mall cops on a break. And then there's Jellyfish Lake. Yes, that's real, where you can snorkel with thousands of golden jellyfish that have evolved to be stingless. It's like floating through a lava lamp without the whole getting stung in the face part. Palau's reefs are stunning, a full-on explosion of hard and soft corals in every shape and color. Brain corals, fan corals, corals that look like they were designed by Dr. Seuss, it's all here. And tucked between them, sea anemones waving like they're at a concert with clownfish peeking out like they're working part-time as greeters. And let's be honest, the clownfish definitely think they're the main character. They are not, but try telling them that. Whether you're diving, snorkeling, or just pretending to be a marine biologist with a GoPro, Palau's oceans are unforgettable. It's wild, it's weird, and it's downright wonderful. Japan stretches along the Pacific Ring of Fire, and it burns, burns, burns. Great for hot springs, but also prime real estate for some seriously bizarre and beautiful sea life. In its coastal waters, you'll find pufferfish, lionfish, and these garden eels, sea worms that live half buried in the sand like shy spaghetti with trust issues. There's also cold coral and brilliant sea anemones that sway like they're in a slow-mo shampoo commercial. Japan's ocean is full of beauty, mystery, and creatures that look like they were designed during a very creative sushi dream. One of the most jaw-dropping parts of the Dallas World Aquarium is the overhead tunnel, a giant see-through walkway that makes you feel like you've wandered into an underwater dream. Above and all around you, massive rays glide through the water like flying carpets with better choreography. Sharks cruise by with that classic, "Who run the world, sharks?" attitude. And then there's the sawfish, part shark, part sword, all drama. It looks like someone let a chainsaw grow fins and feelings. Everywhere you look, it's movement, light, and that deep blue glow that makes everything feel magical, or like you're in the middle of a huge aquarium and just enjoying life. I'm just going to say it. I've always dreamed of getting married in this tunnel, surrounded by fish under that shimmering dome with the sawfish gliding overhead like it's officiating. Pure romance. Any eligible bachelor's applications are now open for review. Please be comfortable with sharks. Thank you. Meet the seahorse, the only fish that looks like a chess piece and lets dad do the baby carrying. Meet the western diamondback rattlesnake, basically the Southwest spicy noodle with that warning system. It's got a tail that rattles like maracas when it's annoyed, which is basically its way of saying, "Back up, fool." And those diamond-shaped patterns down its back, that's fashion and intimidation, like wearing a leather jacket to a PTA meeting. Harper Valley PTA. They don't want to bite you. They just want to sunbathe, snack on rodents, and be left alone, kind of like a desert introvert with fangs. But if you step too close, that tail's going to shake faster than a squirrel at a caffeine convention. So admire from a distance and remember, if it's hissing and rattling, it's not trying to make friends. 3 owls sitting on a branch. One's judging you, one's asleep with its eyes open, and the third plotting something. Owls, wise, weird, and 100% not blinking enough. Check out the ocelot, like a house cat if it did modeling in the rainforest and hunted with stealth mode activated. Those spots aren't just stylish, they're camouflaged with attitude, honey. Basically beauty, brains, and claws. This ocelot is casually biting a tree like it's got personal beef with foliage. It might seem aggressive, but sometimes it's just curiosity or a little playful moment. Even wildcats have fun. And I can't even judge because my flame point ragdoll Binky does the exact same thing to my fake plants at home. She stares me dead in the eye and chomps like she's in the Amazon. Zero jungle cred, 100% drama. Here is the art, vibrant, detailed, and full of life, much like the artist herself. And this is the artist, Binky, putting her unique touch into everything she creates. You can see the heart and soul in each piece. If you want to dive deeper into her world of creativity, the QR code on the screen will take you straight to her Instagram, where you can explore even more of her artistic endeavors and maybe snag a piece of her magic for yourself. Over here, we've got 2 flamingos locked in a full-blown sass-off. Think Karen Walker and Beverly Leslie, but with more feathers and less Botox. One's over here like, "Well, well, well, Karen Walker, I thought I smelled gin and regret." And the other one's just standing there like, "Beverly Leslie, you're almost sweet as a normal-sized person." Necks twisting, wings flicking, it's high drama and high heels if high heels were pink bird legs. Nature, now with bonus sitcom energy. And that wraps up our adventure through the Dallas World Aquarium, where it's not just about the animals you see, but the impact you feel. Their mission goes beyond the glass, focused on conservation, education, and protecting endangered species through awareness and action. Every tank, every tunnel, every rainforest walkway supports that bigger goal. If you want to learn more about the animals we met or the ones we didn't even have time to show you, just follow the QR code on your screen. It'll take you to a full breakdown of exhibits, species facts, and ways you can support their mission from home. Thanks for coming along. Now go out and appreciate nature like a sawfish is watching.